Greetings, everybody. I am the Starving Martian, and today we're going to solve the mystery of the Mars Attacks Wizard number 65, Ace Edition number 11. The mystery is exactly what is this? I came across it in a local comic shop in their back issues bins, and I had no idea, just looking at the cover, what this was supposed to be. So I had to pick it up. Wizard, if you don't know, was a comic book magazine back in the day. They set prices and things like that, gave previews, had interviews. It was a good magazine. It was quite fun for its time, and they did print their own comics. Not their own comics, but they printed comics for other companies in their own editions. For example, the Wizard Mars Attacks 1/2 is a brand new story. I say brand new, but it's really a recap of everything that was going on before, but it's quite good. I do enjoy it. And so when I saw that Wizard also had something called an Ace Edition, I had to pick it up. You might be wondering why we're covering the Ace Edition now. We just started going through the mini-series. We did issue number 1 yesterday, and you would expect me to move on to issue number 2, but I have a good reason, which we will see in just a moment. So I picked this bad boy up. Like I said, it cost about $5, and took it home. It's got a nice, if you could tell from the camera, it's got a nice shiny kind of cover to it. The cover is really neat because not only does it have this shiny effect, but it's actually dual layered. You lift this part up, and this part's kind of like an animation cell, where it's got the figure painted on it, and then behind it is the scenery. And when you lift it up, you can see the Martian spaceships doing a full-out Independence Day on the White House there. People running, screaming for their lives. And so it's a really, really nice cover. This guy here, of course, is our good friend Comodath, who we were introduced last time, as identified by his awesome shoulder pads and elongated cheekbones. And he's pointing at us, because he wants us for the Martian military. Actually, he probably doesn't. He wants us to die and give us Earth. So, that being said, what is Ace Edition number 11? Well, the number threw me off, because first of all, it's Wizard number 65, Ace Edition number 11. What do those two numbers mean? I suppose Wizard number 65 means the offer for this came from the issue number 65, Wizard issue number 65, and this is their 11th Ace Edition. What is an Ace Edition? I didn't know. But when I did the math out, the Mars Attacks had the 5-issue miniseries, and then it had a 7-issue ongoing series. After those 7 issues, there was a baseball special and a 2-issue miniseries, and that gives you 10 issues altogether. So I thought this number 11 might be a final chapter to the Topps Mars Attacks saga, issue number 11, after the ongoing and the specials. And so I picked it up, and I was quite eager to find out this hidden bit of Mars Attacks lore. But when I got it home and opened it up, I found it was nothing more than another reprint of issue number 1, which we just covered. In fact, over here it clearly says Mars Attacks number 1. So this is just issue 1. This bad boy here, which we talked about yesterday. If you missed it, just click on my name, find the playlist for Mars Attacks the Comics. But that's all it says. Now I have 4 copies of this. I have the copy I just showed you. I have this one here, and I have it in 2 separate collected editions. And not even a Mars Attacks fan as big as myself really needs 4 copies of this, but what are you going to do? At least it has a unique cover. And so, yeah, that's the mystery of the Ace Edition. So if you see this one floating around, if you already have issue number 1, don't feel the need to pick it up. If you don't have issue number 1 yet, and you really like the cover of this one, go ahead and buy it. It's got the backup story, just like the other one does. You don't have to flip the cover around for this one. Just the backup story just follows right after. And the artwork, the writing, everything's exactly the same. The coloring's the same. So you're not getting anything special except the cover. You're not losing anything either. Hold on, I'm trying to find something for you. Alright. One thing I do want to point out that I didn't have time to show you off yesterday, when we meet this kid here, young Woody Brown, he actually has a Mars Attacks poster in his bedroom. You can see it over the TV. That's pretty cool. This series does establish in issue number 5, the backup story there, that Mars Attacks trading cards exist in this universe because a man was abducted by Martians in the 60s and reported what he saw to the company that made the cards. So this kid actually has a Mars Attacks poster right there. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so that's all I have to say on the subject. It's a short, quick little video, but we already covered the comic, so there's not much else to go over. So, if you're interested in this, check your local comic store. It can be found online as well. But again, if you already have the issue, there's no real need to pick it up unless you just like the cover. So, this has been The Starving Martian. We'll catch up with you next time. Until then, keep watching the skies.